Well, before we move off of NBA, the last thing I wanted to touch on real quick was Giannis. Man, Giannis has been in these conversations about whether he's going to be traded or not. That this is, I don't know how many times they talked about he's available, he's not available, he's available, he's not available. My question is two part for you guys. I want to know, one, do you think he actually does get traded? And then two, if he does get traded, what is that team that he gets traded to? I'll start with you, Omar.
I think he is gonna get traded, and I'm 50-50 on it because it's like you said, in the offseason he was supposed to get traded, never happened. Never pulled the trigger. So I think that Milwaukee's just weighing their options to see what's the best package they can get. And I wrote down some teams that I think are gonna start making that call to Milwaukee. The Knicks, the Heat, the Warriors, the Spurs, the Rockets, and maybe OKC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
These are the teams that can, and these are all the Knicks contenders. The Heat, he can help them. The
No.
Warriors, he can help them as well. The Spurs, the Rockets, and I don't even need to mention OKC. If Giannis goes to
Yeah.
OKC, I swear to God, I'm not watching the NBA no more. I'm not. I'm not even gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch college lacrosse. That's what I'm gonna go watch.
College lacrosse. Okay. Okay.
I'd rather watch these
That's a,
kids.
that's a good watch, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. These kids are good. But anyways, not the point.
Yeah.
The point is, Giannis doesn't want to be with Milwaukee. The marriage is over. Milwaukee wants to get the best package for him. Giannis wants to leave. I think he's realizing that he's slowly losing his prime. He's losing his prime years. Losing. What did Milwaukee do last year? They signed who? Who did
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner was the big signing.
oh my God. Mal who? Who?
Miles the no
point.
rebounds Turner.
Exactly.
I had him
So-
in fantasy this year. Trash. So trash.
So if that's what you did to keep your star, yeah,
Yeah.
good. You lost him, brother. Like you really lost your star because you did nothing for him. You didn't even build around him.
So Daniel, do you one think he's going to be traded? Giannis getting traded, and then two, if he does get traded, where does he go?
Honestly, I think he probably finally does. Now, do I think he wants to leave Milwaukee? No, because I think Giannis is that type of mentality, like your Kobe's, your Dirks, to where they run there, they want to continue to just build their own city and not be compared to anybody, or even called like a Kevin Durant where you're jumping ship and then you win a championship elsewhere with already loaded team. You want to be the guy. Now, he obviously already proved that with taking Milwaukee to the promised land and beating the Suns and when he did that. But I think it's probably time, and I think Milwaukee just messed up when they hired Doc Rivers. Yes, they were sputtering, but they decided to just do that mid-season. Sometimes mid-season coaching changes is not for the better. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not worth it. And I think that was just one of those hires where everything just completely went downhill. That whole entire roster was aging. They never truly surrounded him, like we just mentioned. Now the team that I think is going to take a big swing at him, honestly, everybody should call. I don't care what team everybody should call. It's still Giannis. Yes, he's been having some health issues. Who cares? It's freaking Giannis Antetokounmpo. Who cares? Now, the team that is going to offer the most, I think, is going to be the Warriors because they're in a similar situation with their aging star. That Curry loyal doesn't want to leave, but at some point they're gonna have the same conversation about Curry. They have to surround them. They're trying to give him another superstar. I think the Warriors would be the ones to do that. I think Jimmy Butler goes. I think Pods. I mean, anybody really can go. They just re-signed Steve Kerr, which they obviously don't want to change the system. They're just gonna change the surrounding parts. And Giannis will do wonders there, honestly. The one team I do not want him to go whatsoever, the Orlando Magic.
Okay. Why not?
And that's because it just shows that our front office does a desperation move and gives up on a 23-year-old player, on a 24-year-old player in Franz and Paulo. We're cash tight, so it has to be one of those guys. There's really nobody else on the roster that I would trade for Giannis if I was Milwaukee. Really, I would ask for either of those. and you're just breaking up those two. You can win with those two, and yes, the Miami Heat, of course, but the Heat tend to strike out, so I'm okay with that. I doubt the Heat will do it. If they do, it will surprise me. But then whatever, they'll just get another ass whooping by the Magic. It's okay. But yeah, it's just it's time for Giannis, and it's not because of this discourse where he needs to leave and win a championship. He needs to go to win a championship. No, it's just that I think it's just they're both at odds, and it's time for a change. That's pretty much all it is. I don't think he needs to go to a bigger market because he needs to. No, he made Milwaukee Giannis. He made his name there. I don't think that has anything to do with it.
So I'm on the same boat with you guys where I think he is also going to be traded, and I think he's in ring chasing mode. Obviously, like you guys said, Omar said he knows that his prime is coming to an end. He doesn't mean that he still can't ball. He could definitely still ball, but ball to that level to where he can will a team to a championship like he did a couple of years ago. He's not there anymore. So for me, I think the one thing that he's really, really focusing on is this next team that I go to going to be a contender? Do they have maybe a winning culture already in place? That would probably be a plus as opposed to going to somewhere like maybe like an Orlando Magic to where you can see them trying to win, but they haven't shown it yet. So it's still kind of
desperation.
right. So it's still kind of in the air to where the team that I do think he goes to is the same as Flores is the Warriors, where yes, they haven't been winning recently, but they do still have that winning culture there. They still have those main pieces that made them that winning franchise for so long with Steve Kerr, with Curry. Obviously, Clay's out of there. Draymond's way past his prime. KD left multiple years ago, but even through all that, they still found ways to be competitive through all these years. The only thing that has stopped them was Curry's ankle. Curry's ankle has been their Achilles heel the past couple of years, including this year. Literally. Including this year. And I think getting someone like a Giannis takes a lot of pressure off of someone like a Curry to where he can sit down a little bit more. He doesn't have to run around as much because you have someone like a Giannis who's going to absolutely destroy the paint. He's going to draw attention. He's going to make 2 or 3 people from the perimeter drop down to try to help because it's Giannis. Because if you don't, he's spinning and he's dunking on you. And there's no way to stop it. And getting that type of attention to the inside with someone as deadly as a Curry on the outside, I think is going to be a perfect 1-2 buddy system for them. And I think that
fun to watch.
100%. And then with them re-signing Curry, I think that was also part of it to where it's like, listen, we are going to attempt to turn this back into a winning culture. You are obviously the leader of that. So stick around for just 1 or 2 more years. Obviously, Curry's about 36, 37 at this point. There's only so much more that he could go, especially with that ankle. He runs around a lot. I don't know. People know Curry as a shooter. Unless you watch the games and you just pay attention to him, he is running around, whether he touches the ball or not. Absolutely. He's like a soccer player out there. He's just literally running 24/7. So to be doing that with that bad ankle, you need to be able to preserve that. And I think Giannis is that answer.
Thank you for watching Macho Talks Sports. For more videos, shorts, and live streams, make sure to sub, like, and hit the bell for notifications.
Ya tú sabes, papi.